Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of One Big Thing. Kurt Goulding here, and today's One Big Thing is let them eat bugs. Yes, the ruling class all over the world has gone nuts. They figured out how to save the world. And it's becoming increasingly obvious that the 2020 U.S. presidential election was greatly influenced to keep Mr. Trump from being reelected. Big Tech and the FBI colluded to make sure that Mr. Trump did not win. In Brazil, riots are continuing the protest of the election of Mr. Lula, a convicted criminal. It appears his time in prison was well spent. He learned how to become a better crook than when he was first in power. And in Peru, that government's imploding. China, protests continue over COVID protocols. But the best, or maybe we should say worst illustration of insanity is in the Netherlands. That government is going to confiscate up to 3,000 farms if farmers don't comply with proper protocols for climate change farming. Yes, the Netherlands is the world's second largest exporter of ag products, over $100 billion. However, the government has decided that climate trumps everything. They're banning the use of nitrogen fertilizers. They're outlawing rumination. That way the cow can't fart or belch and put methane into the air. And, we stop and think, wait a minute, didn't Sri Lanka try this earlier this year? Yeah, they did. Guess what? They completely imploded. That's all about anarchy and chaos there. They don't have an economy anymore. And oh yeah, Mr. Biden has dedicated $3 billion for ag programs that are targeting climate change. It's for things like crop rotation, solar farms, and reduced use of nitrogen fertilizers. So what's all this mean to the grain markets? Everything. Man, if we can't use nitrogen fertilizers, where are we going to get the yields to feed the world? Well, that's not important because the world's going to end. Okay. But our elitist leaders, they'll be okay because, well, they're smarter than the rest of us. So it's okay that they have lobster and filet mignon, caviar, and leave the rest of us to dine with Bill Gates at the bug buffet. Now, if we want to solve problems, all we have to do is let the free markets work. Innovation occurs when problems are there that need to be solved. So until 2030, when the world ends due to climate change, we'll watch the headlines and see when enough people have said enough to this nonsense. All this insanity just adds volatility to the markets. So in the meantime, watch the headlines and happy trading.